All right, let's stay with that particular story and speak to the Umkhonto weSizwe Party Secretary General Sibonelo Novalos joining us in studio. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time.
Good evening, Bongi, and good evening to the viewers at home.
Before we even get into the serious matters, Bafana Bafana is trailing tonight, and of course, I just want you to just, your message of well wishes to the boys as we're asking.
No, we wish them all the best because they represent the brand of South Africa. So we hope and we know we're confident that they will represent us very well.
We can certainly hope so. And getting into the more serious matters of the day. One of the things that you said today when you were reading the statement is that Nhlamulo Ndlela and Dudu Zile have sown deep divisions within the party. How deep do the divisions go, like in your view, in the assessment that you made as the leaders last night?
Yeah, I think let me first say that it was for the first time since the party was established to arrive to a decision that we've arrived to today. So that should tell you that the damage has been very huge. And the party, out of applying its mind, was left with no choice but to take this decision for the best interest of the party. Because when you continue to perpetuate divisions, despite being cautioned by the leadership from time to time, you are causing a huge damage to the party because people sometimes they join you based on what you say, even if it's not true, and even if it's not a true reflection of the interest of the organization. So the damage was very huge, and for a very long time, the party has been trying to apply mitigating factors. This is not a decision of the first instance. It's a decision after all the internal measures have been applied, have been put into place, and the leadership has arrived to a decision that, look, we've done everything, and there's absolutely nothing we can do now except taking the decision that it has taken today.
So does this mean that even the decision last night, after you took it, you did have to inform the two of them ahead of this press briefing?
There were written letters because remember that the procedure dictates that you must inform firstly the affected party, and then after you can communicate with everyone. It was important, not because we are discussing or we are washing our dirty linens in the public, but it's important for us to communicate decisions of this nature so that even when they choose to behave in a manner they were behaving, everyone knows that they are no longer behaving as members of Umkhonto weSizwe Party, but on their individual capacity.
You speak about the damage, and I want to circle back to my earlier question to say, if you're able to tell us, of course, we do understand with every political party there's internal matters, but how much of this damage are you able to share with our viewers tonight?
No, look, let me give you this background, in particular in relation to Ms. Duduzile Sambusha. During my second week, after my appointment as the SG, the president gave me an instruction to remove her from everything because she had signing powers in parliament, signing powers in the party, signing powers in the IEC. And the president said to me, I didn't even know that she has so much power. So please remove her immediately. I'm giving this clarification because the narrative that is being sold out there is that I am the one who's championing this thing. I'm the chief administrator of the party. I'm the chief communicator. My responsibility as the SG is to communicate decisions and to implement decisions of the leadership. So this is a collective decision, but the instruction to remove her from everything in the party did not come today, has not come today, and it did not come yesterday. It came during my second week as the SG and from the president of the party. I think he gave that instruction after realizing a huge damage that was caused by his involvement on many sensitive affairs of the party. So that is number one. Number two, there are incidents also which have led to this decision which has been taken today. The main incident which has been explained, Dara, in a statement, is an incident of our late comrade Muzi Ntshingila passed on, we receive numerous reports and complaints from the family that they are unduly interfering with family affairs. The family is alleging that they went to take the belongings of Muzi, may his soul rest in peace, in the parliamentary village without informing the family. They are also alleging that they transferred him from one hospital to another. And when he arrived in that hospital, he deteriorated. And when he was in the first hospital, he was able to talk. So we had to face that those reports and those complaints during the mourning period, but we could not act immediately as the party. We then requested the family to give us some time to reflect on all these issues as the party. And we made an undertaking to them that we are indeed going to act as the party. So, as a party whose constitution is centered around the principle of Ubuntu,
Yeah.
You must act when you get reports of this nature, because you are not, if you don't act, you don't inspire confidence that once you take leadership as government, you are going to decisively deal with elements of indiscipline.
So I'm going to get into what she's had to say this afternoon in just a moment, but I want to stay with something that you're talking about, because you speak about the president of the party, and we know the closeness of their relationship. We know it over time has been seen. And I'm sure you would have seen on social media some people raising, concerns to say that, it looks like the party is dealing with her, not necessarily her own, father, because he's the president of the party. A lot of people were looking to see if the president himself of the party is comfortable with the decision that you've taken. And you're saying this has been a long time coming. He's on board with the decisions that would have been taken. How difficult was it for him to reach this moment?
No, I think, well, I wouldn't know how difficult it was, because I don't know how he feels. But in terms of
You were in the meeting with him.
Yes, I was in the meeting. And we're not speaking about this matter or about her for the first time. We've always been speaking about this. And he said today, I think we delayed to take this decision. We should have taken it a long time ago. I gave an instruction to remove. I gave you an instruction to remove her from everything. And had we took a decision then, we would not be where we are today. Because today we wake up to insults every day on social media coming from her. I know even now maybe he's tweeting. Tomorrow morning we'll wake up to other insults. Midnight, she doesn't sleep. She insults the leadership. So I think he was driven by principle and not by feelings when he took this decision. And when you are driven by principle, you can't, involve feelings and say, "I feel bad, I feel sorry, I feel happy." You just commit yourselves to the implementation of those principles. So, because this is a matter of constitutional violation, it has got nothing to do with feelings.
You speak about X. I want us to bring up an X post that comes from this afternoon, and one could even say that, especially, it appears to be a reaction to what she's had to say. So, lunchtime view from a founding member of the MK. When leaders don't know the constitution of the liberation movement, MK, they become constitutional delinquents. To the media houses, Mr. Nhlamulo Spitfire Ndlela will be acting as our spokesperson on Media Representative. I believe you still have his contacts. And that's what she's had to say. So, constitutional delinquents, she says.
And you also have time to look at her tweets. I really don't have such time.
But I would like your response.
I only see them when they are forwarded to me. And I'm not bothered when I see them. But what I can tell you is that we applied our minds when we took the decision, and we relied on the Constitution. We quoted a provision of the Constitution of Umkhonto we Sizwe Party when we were reading out the statement. And that provision is about the presidential decree. The president has got any right to take any decision about any administrative issue or political issue in the organization. So I don't know where this whole thing comes from. And I think it's just out of context, and it's out of an inability to apprehend the constitutional framework of Umkhonto we Sizwe Party.
A final question then, linking to this as well, is what you've had to speak about in your statement, the Limpopo event. And she was the guest, the special guest. They called it at that June 16 event, and you say that it was a parallel event and warning MK party members against this. But one would say that then it shows what you are talking about, the deep divisions within the party, that if there's a formal event and then members of your own political party are having another event.
They are not deep divisions.
But why would they have two different parties?
Did you see the event you are talking about?
Well, we didn't see it, but the poster was there, and you've had to even address it to caution them against.
I think the event was attended by less than 20 people.
It doesn't matter. Even if it was 1%, the fact that it drew your attention as the SG to address it in a statement, it means the party paid attention.
But when you are saying there are deep divisions, you mean that there are divisions amongst the membership, between the members or amongst the membership of the MK party in huge numbers. 20 people versus people who are close to 3,000
but
in
you addressed
Mpumalanga.
it today.
What we're saying, no, you must ask from which angle I premise that assertion. I premise it from an angle that an event is organized by structures, not by anyone. When the leadership of the youth league takes a decision that this weekend, as the national leadership, we're going to have an event which is the national event in Mpumalanga, everyone must follow that because that is a national event. The president of the youth league was there in Mpumalanga, and the president of the party was there in Mpumalanga. And they gave a report that they knew nothing about the event which took place in Limpopo. And I don't think that event proceeded. That is why I'm saying it will be wrong to say there are divisions, as if in terms of numbers, the event in Mpumalanga was equal to the event in Limpopo. No, 20 people versus 3,000 people, and there were even less than 20. So there are no divisions. It's elements of ill discipline which must be dealt with by a few individuals, and we must just nip it in the bud.
And did you speak to them? They understand? Did you address it directly before you even came to address it with the media?
No, to address who?
Those elements of ill discipline.
We did. Okay. We did. We addressed them even in our statement. We spoke with the leadership of the Youth League because, remember, the event was meant to be attended by the constituency of the Youth League. So sometimes you must just issue instructions to the leadership and say, deal with these elements.
All right. Appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping by.
Pleasure.
And let's hope your good luck message filters through to Bafana because it seems that things are a little bit difficult there for us in Atlanta. But that was Umkhonto we Sizwe Party Secretary General Sibonelo Nomvalo speaking to us about the developments around the party. And tell us, of course, you would have seen that briefing a little earlier on today.
Oh, don't give up. Don't turn away. Register now. This is your day. Change begins when we all say enough is enough. We leave